Somebody's child, somebody's girl, somebody's joy. The day she came into this world, she's all we need. All we need is hope. And forgot we had each other. And forgot we had each other. And we will rise, oh, we will rise, You are my strength and comfort, you are my steady hand, you are my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Your ways are always higher, your plans are always good. There's not a place where wrong you've not already stood. When you don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder of the Music and the Message, Miss Rosevelt Rawls.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for attending tonight's second annual The Music and the Message. I'm so grateful for everyone who is here, both in person and everyone who is watching it online. I'd like to share a little bit why I put this concert together, is to share inspiring music and a message to help the children. Tonight, we will be hearing from the message first. We are here to help every child that is in need of help and comfort. I came up with the acronym CHILD, and I hope it helps you as it helps me. C, choose to care. We each have a choice to care and help for these children, and some kids don't have a choice about their situations. By being here, you choose to care. H, how can I help? I hope you'll ask yourself this question every day. You can donate money, donate your time, or you can spread the message and let the kids know that there is help. I'm an individual. One person can make a difference, but when a community comes together like this, we can make an even bigger difference. L, learn to love. When you love the children as Childhelp and OUR do, you learn to see that no matter what a child has been through, that they need unconditional love. D, decide today to do. Look for opportunities to give, learn, and help. I hope by the end of this event, you will be inspired to do something and help each and every child. Every effort matters. Well, I'm ready to get started, and I hope you guys are too. Please join me in a stand for this great nation of ours, and welcome to the stage, Michelle Moyer for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
seem a little uptight here, Jef.
Well, tell you what, this is going to be a great night. It's going to be an amazing evening. Great night and an amazing evening.
Okay, let me just start.
Let's get this started.
All right. Good
that
evening.
music gets me all excited. I'm sorry.
We have to calm him down a little bit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Music and the Message. I am Darleen Santore, and this is my blank co-host, Jef Rawls. And Jef, what is this? What is this script that I'm reading
Look,
here?
it looks, I've seen this before.
There's a lot of blanks.
It's secret code.
Secret code for
Yeah,
what?
there's got to be something around here for our secret mission or something, some sort of a secret code,
And
something, anything. Just look for like an envelope or something that says like a secret mission or something that there's got to be some. That's it. Okay.
I feel like you just need to do this, Jef. It's like it's just there.
All right,
You go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. You know, I'm going to need a pen. Does anybody have a pen? That was one thing that in all of the chaos of everything, I didn't get a pen.
I don't have a
need
pen.
Blood or something. You guys have a pen? Oh, thank you. Let's hear it for our crew. Every crew member that's here. Okay, here we go. I've seen this before. We need to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
All right. So we already got, let's see, where are we at? We need to know we got Roosevelt's paper up here. Okay, so first of all, we need a title that you call somebody. Go.
A title. Mrs.
Mrs. Okay, good. How about a temperature?
Hot.
Okay, good, hot. Okay, let's see. How about a dumb nickname?
Can we go back to title? Can we change it to captain?
Oh, sure, captain. All right, that sounds better too anyway. Okay, dumb nickname.
A dumb nickname?
Yeah. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
I heard hey, hey.
Hey,
All right,
hey.
good. All right, hey, hey. All right, I need an emotion. That's something that people feel. Go.
An emotion.
Yeah.
Happy.
Happy, all right. Good. How about a generic location?
A generic location.
We're on the clock.
Queen Creek.
Queen, that's very generic. Just kidding, anyone from Queen Creek. Okay. Okay, I need another emotion different than happy.
Sad.
Sad. Okay. Okay. And how about just people, just a group of people?
People? A group of people. A group of people.
Or a profession. How about a profession? Some sort of a profession. How about
Okay. Singer.
Singer. Got it. Okay, singer. How about what's something that people do?
People.
Like exercise or something.
Oh, like CrossFit? Like
CrossFit. Love it. Okay, and how about a positive mental attitude? We're under the clock. We got to get this going.
Focused.
Focused. Okay.
We need to be focused right now.
Okay. How about a time frame?
A time frame like 1952?
Okay, 1952. And a type of artist.
Drake?
Drake is a type of artist?
Oh, a type of artist. Like hip-hop?
Let's do that. Okay. Okay. All right, good. And give me, who's some important people?
Important people.
Important people.
Sara and Yvonne? You mean?
Yeah, like not that important.
Oh.
They're really important. Like they're the most, like, how about, let's put Sara and Yvonne. That'll be perfect. Because we do love Sara and Yvonne, and they are important people. Okay, how about last one? No, two more. How about a fictitious character? Fictitious character. Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
All right. And last but not least, they need an internal organ.
An internal organ like a lung?
A lung. Okay, perfect. All right.
What is this, Jef?
We have our mission.
We were supposed to open up, and you took us off task here with the secret.
We have a mission.
Okay.
There's a lot of missions going on here. All right, we're ready for this mission. You ready for this?
Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the music and the message. I'm Darleen Captain Santore.
Hey!
And this is my hot co-host, Jef Rawls. We are so happy for you to join. We made it now. We got one.
There we go.
Got at least one there. Oh, wait, and hot. Let's be honest. All right, so we're happy for you to join us tonight at Schnepp Queen Creek. Tonight we are going to be sad.
No, we're not going to. Well,
We have some amazing singers. We got a couple in there.
Okay.
Good. And an incredible CrossFitter. To both entertain and, what was the positive mental attitude?
Focus.
All right. All of this began in 1952 with a desire from Roosevelt, a 13-year-old hip-hop artist. Roosevelt's I think we missed the mark on that. All right. Who Sara and Yvonne of
Yes.
Childhelp, we nailed it.
Yes.
Got the important people, say, has the voice of Harry Potter and the lungs of a warrior.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, I think our mission has begun, but I really think we probably ought to read that correctly. What do you say?
Please read it correctly, because I think everyone here and watching is going, what is going on?
A little Mad Lib intro.
Mad Libs intro
Lib
that was. If
intro.
you've never played that before, go look it up.
I love having some fun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Darleen Santore.
Hello, everyone.
Coach Dar, to those of us that love you. And I am Jef Rawls. I am also Roosevelt's father.
Yes.
I'm so grateful for this opportunity for us to come together and for Roosevelt to bring the community together and to just give us an opportunity to speak about an incredible message for two amazing organizations. Now, one of the most important things about being able to do what we're doing here tonight is our sponsors. Our sponsors are the ones that kind of assist in making tonight possible, right? So can we bring up all of our sponsors? We do want to recognize these, all of our sponsors. First of all, let's give all of the sponsors a round of applause.
Yes.
Let's go back. I want to just point out a couple. Schnepp Farms, this place right here is on sponsorship, and we're so grateful for the Schnepp family. Western Transport Logistics, they were part of our sponsorship last year. They are on board with the music and the message, so we're grateful for them. Next slide, we've got Bashes and Sun American Mortgage. Let me tell you about all of these. We reached out to a lot of people to support, like, hey, would you like to sponsor? Would you like to sponsor? Would you like to sponsor? And these are the ones that came in with a yes. And I'll tell you, if you're not visiting these sponsors, then we're all missing the mark. These are the people that said yes to these kinds of organizations, these kinds of events. So please, 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 I do know that we've got some local sponsors, and we're so grateful for them. Who's that?
What's that?
Who is that?
LeBaron Carroll.
LeBaron Carroll.
Insurance and Spring Creek Enterprise.
Yeah. They must be in the house. LeBaron was also with us last year. I got to be honest. They're fantastic. LeBaron Carroll was also with us, so thank you guys. And last but not least, a new sponsor, the Hebbets Company.
Yes.
We're grateful for the Hebbets Company. These are all of our gold sponsors. Let's give a round of applause. These guys are stepping up, making it happen. We also have some silver sponsors.
Our silver sponsors, Flyers Direct, Five Guys Roofing, Expect More, RV Rental Outlet, Celeste Hopkins.
Yes, from Launch Real Estate.
Yes, Launch Real Estate, Chick-fil-A.
Now, hold on. I got to mention about Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A on Power and McKellips. Like, in knowing these people, they're just around the corner, knowing these people, they have a huge heart. And the actual store, the store owner, the ones that are at that corner, please go visit them. They're amazing. Tell Kim we said hi. All right, next we've got Sassy's Cafe. Have you been there?
There was one more on there. It was Power and something.
Oh, yeah, Chick-fil-A at Power and McKellips.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Great. Sassy's Cafe and Bakery.
Love
I
it.
have not been there
Oh my gosh,
yet.
Dar, you have to.
Okay.
Sassy's is amazing. They were like on TV for like Cupcake Wars or something like that. They're amazing.
AZ Mom Squad.
Yeah.
We have some here from AZ
Where's
Mom
our AZ
Squad.
Mom Squad? You're out there. I know you are.
Confidence Culture.
Confidence Couture. Okay, so
Couture, sorry.
listen, all of the people, all of the dresses that Roosevelt wears, that's all Confidence Couture.
She looks beautiful.
They're
Beautiful.
amazing.
I'll let you go.
All-star pro painting and Chafee pediatric dentistry. Next slide, we've got American Senior Benefits.
And we have Inspire Entertainment. Woohoo!
They're apparently here.
And we have Waffle Smash Chicken and Waffles.
Yes, Waffle Smash Chicken and Waffle. This is an app. Now, here's the trick. You got to download this app, and here's why. Because as you play, you're going to hear Roosevelt's voice.
Oh, come on.
She did some of the voiceover for that, just like, yay, smash the waffles, or something silly like that. And she's probably going to kill me that I actually tell everybody that. But you got to play the game and listen for Roosevelt's voice. Marriott Photography. She's going to be, Marriott, step out, just wave. I know, she does not watch.
there
She's wearing
she
black.
is.
Marriott Photography. She's amazing. This is what? Creptions.
Commercial advisor.
Can you put up the, is that, creptions? Oh, CRE options.
CRE options.
Oh, duh.
I was like, what
Okay.
is he saying?
All right,
And Gar
Brad.
Mason Orthodontics.
All right, we got one more slide, I believe, here. Alliances, Pifection, Fenimore Craig.
Atlas Pediatric Dental, the Eye Shop, ALA Dance Team,
They're going to be here tonight.
Advent
And they're-
Lab Studios that I know very
You
well.
do,
I
yep.
love them.
And 365 Connect. Now, before we go off of the slides, I got to tell you, last year we missed one. And it broke my heart to know that we missed one of our sponsors.
Okay.
So I want to just give one solid shout out to Amazing Kids Pediatric Dentistry. Not only did they support us last year, and I didn't put their logo on the slide, but they're also supporting us this year. We're so grateful for Amazing Kids Pediatric Dentistry. They are amazing. Why? Because they take care of my kids' teeth.
And I just want to add something. You know, we go through the sponsors at the beginning, but none of this would be possible if it was not for the sponsors.
Yeah.
And so often people overlook maybe when we're calling out the sponsors, but every name that you just saw, please, go back, go visit them. They do a lot in our communities, and none of this would be possible. A lot of the things that we do in community would not be possible. So thank you to the sponsors, because that's what makes our communities great, is
Yes.
all the local businesses.
Yes, for our sponsors.
Yes.
Our bronze sponsors, and special thank yous, Signature Dental Partners, Mike Broomhead, the Carter family, Dr. Deaver, Envision You, Gudenschwager Photography, and I put this on here because I do want to say thank you to Coach Dar.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Let's do this.
All right. This is going to be an amazing night. We came out, we tried to do a little secret mission for you, but truly tonight is going to be so special. It is the music and the message. And you're going to hear music. Music opens up our heart. It really transforms us. It goes to our soul, places that we cannot go. And then the message you're going to hear tonight is just so incredible, from Childhelp and OUR and all the things that you're going to hear. And I just wanted to say, Jef and Roosevelt and everyone that put this on, as we go today, thank you, because this is going to be such a special night, and I'm honored to do this with you.
Yes, that is why we're here. We're bringing the community together. I know last year, one of the things that kind of kicked all of this off was Roosevelt saying, we need to get the community together for a concert that lets people know about these organizations. You know, let's start with this. And by the way, being a father of a little girl that does like these kinds of events with like your heart like right there on your sleeve is one of those things that as a father, I'm like, I think someone's in here cutting onions. Someone cutting onions around here. But I do want to take a moment of silence for the kids. Every 10 seconds, child abuse is reported in the United States, and every day an average of 5 kids die because of abuse or neglect. This is 5 too many, and that's one of the things that Roosevelt, she's got her 5 too many campaign. Likewise, every 30 seconds, somewhere around the world, a child is trafficked and sold. In just a moment, we will have a moment of silence. During that time, will you please use your mind's eye to look for a child who needs help? At this moment, they are in a very dark place, scared and being hurt. Many right here in our community. And right now, all of them need protection. They need loving arms around them. They need light to guide good people to help them. Please join me in a moment of silence and help bring the light to the children. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's hard because you think about all of the kids that are out there, and especially during this time, there's a lot of kids that can't get the help that they need. So tonight is really important that you're all here together, and the work that Sara and Yvonne do with Childhelp, which we'll talk about in a little bit, it's so important, and Tim Ballard and what he does. So truly, thank you for being here and taking everything that you hear tonight and then do something with it. But I'll share more on that. Right now, I just wanted to start with, before each and every rescue mission that's done, with Tim Ballard and also with Sara and Yvonne, before they do anything, they pray. They pray before they go and they talk. They pray before they go on a rescue mission. And I bring this up because prayer is a very important part of both of these missions. And so tonight, we could not start this without prayer. And there's no one better to come up than Childhelp Executive Vice President, Jim Hebbets, who I know and I'm so grateful for, who has the biggest heart, so he could help open this up in prayer with us. Jim, welcome to the stage.
Welcome everybody. We're thrilled to have you here. Could I ask you, wherever you are, in the quiet of your cars or all around the grounds, to bow your heads in prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we have the privilege of being given the opportunity to come together this evening to glorify and honor you. As Dar just said, at every event we're involved in, we want to invite God into the room before anything else begins. It's crucial that we all understand that every blessing and anointing we've ever received, all those opportunities that are in front of us, all those challenges and barriers that have had to be overcome, all of the future joy and happiness from successes. Imagine with me, if you could, what Tim Ballard's had to do. Imagine what Sara and Yvonne have had to do. Imagine with me, Jef and Charlene, as they raised up this gorgeous, beautiful, superstar young woman, Rosevelt. God has given her gifts beyond measure, extraordinary, extraordinary gifts. William Joseph, who's here with us this evening, has been a precious friend for more than 20 years. God, we want you to honor their lives, and we want you to bless their lives and anoint their journeys. We thank you for the gift of them, and we ask each and every soul this evening to remember that we're here to lift up all those around us, to touch and anoint the little boys and girls whose lives you've placed in our care and keeping. I want to thank you for the gift of Sara and Yvonne for more than 60 years, rescuing more than 10 million boys and girls all over this world, nominated 9 times for the Nobel Peace Prize, currently nominated for the American Medal of Freedom. I want you to bless Andy Biggs and his beautiful bride, because he's going to be the one to carry the baton to get that award by our president across the finish line. I ask you to bless Joe, who's managed this family and all the things that are happening there. And Lord God, as we prepare this evening, open the minds, the hearts, and all the pocketbooks as well, so that they can touch more lives, more children, more circumstances by their generosity. May they feel the privilege and the smile, the radiance of your smile in their lives. And we pray all this in the name of your precious Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Love that guy. Love that guy. Both of them. That guy.
Yeah,
And
both
that
of
guy.
them.
Man. All right.
Jim.
He mentioned Congressman Andy Biggs. We'd like to offer a few moments for our Congressman Andy Biggs to come to the podium and to share some insights as to what's going on in your world and in our world. Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Andy Biggs.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. What an incredible honor to be with you tonight, and what an important occasion. What an important thing we're doing tonight. Thank you for being here. Thanks to Sara and Yvonne for 60-plus years of service on behalf of children all over the country, all over the world. Thanks to Tim Ballard and his Operation Underground Railroad. Thank you to them. Thanks to all of you giving up some of your time, some of your money, some of your treasure to help children. You know, human trafficking is a $150 billion a year business. There are 25 million people that we know of enslaved around the world because of human trafficking. And 2 years ago, the latest numbers that we have is more than 23,000 of those people rescued in this country. This is a serious thing. But we're here tonight to celebrate what we are as Americans. This country, divinely ordained and founded. Our Constitution designed to protect everyone, including children, those who are victims. We want everyone to be able to fulfill the destiny they have, the full measure of their creation. That's why these two organizations are so vital and so important. And thank you for being here for that. I'm pleased to announce that just a few days ago, the Trump administration released $100 million to victims of human trafficking. I pray and hope that tonight our hearts are touched and filled with the joy that we have of the freedoms of living in this country, but also with the sincere responsibility that comes with those freedoms to help those who are in need, who are victims. Thanks for letting me be here for just a few minutes. God bless each one of you, and let's work hard to make sure that the scourge of human trafficking and child abuse can be brought to an end. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's so hard for me because I want to give hugs to everyone, but I know I can't, so air hugs. So right now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to introduce, we're going to be bringing up two amazing women. Sara and Yvonne are the founders of Childhelp. They are not only, they're like superheroes in my mind, but they are truly God's angels. They started in their career, and they were going on about their life, and they see these children, and we'll show a video a little bit more about it, and they see that they needed a home, that they needed a place to go, and they could not leave until they knew that they were taken care of, so they took them home from where they were, and you'll see in the video. But my point in saying this is they saw an opportunity. They saw children in need, and they could have just said, oh, they need help, and walk away. But they didn't. They chose to work and find a way to make sure these children were safe. And it started a mission that they didn't even know that they were going to take on, that's been going on for all of these years, like Jim said. And they still do not quit. Every single day, they work to make sure that children have the tools that they need, that we could continue to fight so that hopefully there is not another child that goes abused, that there is not another child that's neglected, that the advocacy continues to provide the tools that it needs. I've been to the villages, I've been to the center, I've been in their homes, I've been to the little chapel, I've sat around them, I've watched them tear up, I've watched them day in and day out continue to hurt for these children. Days where they could have been taking a rest, literally taking a day off, but they can't. Why? Because it is much bigger. It is truly God's mission that they walk out to make sure that children are helped. I've had such a blessing of getting to know Taryn, Sarah's daughter. I've been around with the family, and I really can't say enough about how I've never seen someone work continuously. You know, we often talk about how we have to go and help, and we should help, but these are women that actually do it every day, and they are role models to me. And I pray that we could all be a quarter of what they are. I pray that we get to do the things that they do, and we continue to help their mission. And I pray tonight that after you hear from them and you see the video, that you open up your heart, that you open up your ability to serve and also give, so that we could help children out there every single day. And I often say, when you hear everything that you're going to hear today from these amazing women and everything tonight, take it into your mind, move it into your heart, and feel it, really feel it, and then put it into your hands and do something about it. Because that's how we affect change. And that's how they affected change from the moment that they saw those kids years ago, and they have not stopped. So tonight, be inspired by my mentors and the true angels that God has put here of Sara and Yvonne, the founders of Childhelp. I love you so much. I love you. Can I give you a hug? I love you.
Do our eulogy.
Oh, I love you both so much.
Oh, we love you too. You know, Yvonne, I think the last time that we were in a drive-in theater, we were watching the movies that we were in. You know, like Teenage Rumble and.
They don't even know what those movies are. They're so long ago.
I was a teenage werewolf and things like that, but I won't tell you how long ago that was. But in 1959, we were young actresses. The music and the message we heard were the sound of our own voices singing for the troops overseas and a deep faith in the message of God. Other than performing, we had no real plans for our life or where it would take us, but here we are at the music and the message. Tonight's music is dedicated to a cause that we spent a lifetime fighting for, the eradication of child abuse. The message is simple. When we look out for every boy and girl in our lives, we, you and we, create a whole country of concerned citizens living for the love of a child. We did start out with 11 orphans that were known as throwaways. And today, our philanthropic vision at Childhelp has now served close to 11 million abused and neglected children. Yes.
We didn't do it alone, though, with a lot of help.
Well, I'm just going to tell them that. As we look past all these windshields at all the beautiful faces parked out there, we see and know the source of our success. It's you. It's volunteers. It's donors. It's big-hearted believers who selflessly give of their time and treasure to protect our country's most vulnerable and valuable resource, and that is our children. You are here because you care. Without you, we cannot do this work. People like you are responsible for our ability to first intervene in cases of child abuse through our Childhelp National Child Abuse Hotline, headquartered right here in Phoenix. We treat children at our Childhelp Children's Centers, like the one right downtown, And we provide long-term residential treatment at our villages on the East Coast and West Coast. We offer safe havens at our group homes and our foster care. We support our forever families with our adoption programs. And we prevent child abuse in the first place with the Childhelp Speak Up, Be Safe curriculum. That's in our schools all across America. It should be in every single school across America because it's getting in front of the problem. We also are now around the world through a recent partnership with the Department of Defense school system. Looks like we're back working with the troops again. We're grateful for each one of you here tonight. And we thank Childhelp Youth Ambassador Rosevelt Rawls because she uses her voice for children. She is simply phenomenal. And oh, how we wish that every single parent were like hers. There would not be a single child abused. But her voice is not just for angelic singing. Not at all. Roosevelt speaks up for boys and girls in the shadow of abuse. She's visited our programs, and she understands the whole magic of our team that work with art, animal-assisted, recreational, and traditional therapies. She's seen the ponies at our programs and the bright paintings that line the walls of our centers. But she's also old enough to understand how these children have really suffered. It breaks our heart that a beautiful young girl bursting with talent and joy like Roosevelt has to know about the cruel statistics of child abuse. Just like Jef told you, every 10 seconds a child is being abused. Think of your sitting in the cars and out on your seats right now. Think of how many 10 seconds you've been here. And think of how many children have been abused. And yes, 5 children die every day of abuse, but those are the ones that they know without question die with abuse. There are many more. She knows there are long-term effects of child abuse that impact victims for life. We have an amazing show tonight, thanks to that wonderful family, and thanks to Sneff Farms. I want you to know that that family of the Sneffs have supported us for over 25 years. They are really terrific people. And so before we lean our chairs back, and in the car you kind of slouch down, let the music and the message wash over us. But it's critical that we address the reason that we are all socially separate but together tonight, and that is because of COVID-19. And to discuss the current affairs of Childhelp during the coronavirus pandemic, I want to welcome Childhelp's co-founder, vice chair, president, my best friend, and nonprofit partner for over 60 years, Yvonne Fedderson.
Yes, we've been friends for over 60 years. Can you believe it? But it's been a wonderful 60-some years. School was my safe place. What do I do now? That was an actual call to our hotline from a little girl quarantined at home with her abuser during the COVID-19 lockdown. I'm a first responder working in a hospital. My daycare center shut down, and I have no family nearby. Where do I take my children to keep them safe? That was a nurse reaching out to our Childhelp phone for resources. I was sexually abused as a child, and with my school shutting down, I'd rather die than return home where my abusive stepfather still lives with my mother. That was a college freshman who was suicidal and needed our intervention to stay alive and fight for another day. From the littlest child begging for help in the midst of brutal beating, to desperate parents begging for safety, to survivors needing support now more than ever, Childhelp has seen double-digit leaps in calls to the Childhelp National Child Abuse Hotline. At the peak of the pandemic, we saw a 43% increase in our calls, in our texts, and chats compared to the same time last year. We knew we'd have to reach out like never before. Our team launched a media storm across America to ensure that our agency was a household name when children need us the very most. Our goal was to blanket America with a message of safety, hope, and love. Just as we had our greatest outreach and need ever, we were told that we had to cancel all of our biggest fundraisers that paid for our essential programs and services. If only abuse stopped when everything else did. But unfortunately, it didn't. Our hope is that we can rescue children hiding in the shadows of abuse. This is where we need all of you. If you're not involved, we'd like for you to get involved. First, because those mandated reporters are not able to find these hurting children. We need you to become mandated reporters of the heart. Visit childhelp.org to learn the signs and symptoms of abuse. Watch out for children in your lives, in your neighborhoods. Be their eyes, be their ears, be their heroes. If you are unsure what to do, call our Childhelp National Child Abuse Hotline and speak with a counselor. They're there 24/7 to help. And the number is 1-800-4, which is the number, a child. Contact your school districts and use our power as parents to ask for prevention education. Our program that Sara mentioned, Childhelp Speak Up, Be Safe, is truly a lifesaver. Basic body safety rules and reporting creates a culture at your school, at your church, or community that's anti-predator and pro-child. We have seen many, many hundreds and thousands of miracles over these 60-some years that we have been working through Childhelp. We believe in miracles with all of our hearts. Rescuing children requires all of our prayers, helping hands, gifts of support, and most of all, our limitless love for all of God's children. Tonight's music and message is simple. Let us have a song in our heart rather than a sorrow, because we know that where there is great suffering, there is great opportunity for God to bring his miracles and his light. All the Holy Spirit needs to have is for you to lift up your voice to lift up a child. We need you, and we thank those of you who are here who are already involved in Childhelp. And if you are touched tonight to get involved, please let us know, because we'd love to have you a part of our Childhelp family. Thank you for being here, and God bless each of you, because you are here because you love children, and the children that we are all taking care of tonight deeply need our help. Thank you, and God bless you.
They're amazing. Thank you so much, Sara and Yvonne. And we wanted to make sure that you saw this video that truly exemplifies what Childhelp is all about and the work that they do. Watch the videos.
In the mid-50s, two actresses then known as Sara Buckner and Yvonne Lime met on the set of The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. The young stars soon found themselves singing their way through Southeast Asia on a USO tour. Little did they know that that trip would be the beginning of a journey that continues today. It was October 1959. The remnants of a typhoon was bearing down on the island of Japan, but the two ladies ventured out into the street and saw a sight that hurt them to their cores. There, in the rain, the wind, and the cold, were huddled 11 unwanted children, cast-offs with no home and no caring parents to look after them. Sara and Yvonne offered the warmth of their coats to the children, then took them back to their hotel for food and shelter. But what now? Sara and Yvonne decided the only thing they could do was to start an orphanage. It would be one of 5 orphanages the two would eventually build, plus a hospital and a school, all spearheaded by Sara and Yvonne, with dedicated Marine Corps partners, and funded with the help of the generosity of their friends and film contacts back home. In 1975, the fall of Saigon was imminent. Word reached Sara and Yvonne that thousands of orphaned children from South Vietnam were in harm's way. And so began Operation Baby Lift. Into the waiting, welcoming arms of new parents went over 2,000 children. Witnessing their life-saving efforts, the First Lady of California at the time, Nancy Reagan, implored Sara and Yvonne to lend their talents here at home to what she called America's best-kept secret, child abuse and neglect. In 1976, the first of a number of residential facilities was opened, each designed to give abused and neglected children a protective, nurturing environment, a place to be safe. In the 1980s, Children's Village USA implemented the first national toll-free hotline, 1-800-4-A-CHILD. In 1983, a name change, Childhelp. With the national hotline and other initiatives, Childhelp was now truly a national organization, one that could offer help to abused children nationwide. Childhelp would go on to open group homes in California to give children transitioning to foster care a protective place to find support and safety. In the early 90s, sod is turned, and a new 270-acre residential center, the Alice C. Tyler Village of Childhelp East, soon offers programs for the treatment of abused and neglected children there. Child advocacy centers in Tennessee and Arizona would follow. Educational programs, such as Speak Up and Be Safe, would signal the start of Childhelp's new initiatives on the prevention of abuse and neglect. In 2000, Merv Griffin donates his sprawling dude ranch to the cause. Childhelp Merv Griffin Village of Arizona would provide children a wonderful environment to reconnect with nature, the arts, and themselves. More child advocacy centers would open, plus foster care programs, abuse prevention education initiatives, and much, much more. The journey Sara and Yvonne started on 60 years ago continues today. Childhelp has grown to become the largest nonprofit organization in the world, dedicated to helping at-risk children and victims of child abuse and neglect. Their journey, that began as a single, simple act of kindness, has transformed into an organization offering hope and inspiration to millions.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. Oh, I will rescue you. Letting go of every single dream, and lay each one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering never changes what you see. I've tried to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. No matter what I face, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountains, I needed you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you.
Dar? I say we give them another round of applause. The ALA dance team. American
Amazing.
Leadership Academy.
So I just want to know, did you get some of the talent? Did your daughter get that from you?
She got
The
all
whole-
the talent from the entire family.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how that worked out, but I do want to ask this. If you have already done something, you bought a T-shirt, you visited the food trucks, you Venmo'd
Online.
something, anything, could you please like honk your horn, flash your lights? I just
Donations.
want to see what's going on over there. Who's giving a little bit more, a little bit extra? You've gone the extra mile. Thank you. Thank you, thank you,
you.
thank you. Look at all those lights.
We see you.
Man, that makes me happy. Thank you. On the back of your program,
Yes.
on the back of the program is a little QR code. Take out your cell phone and open up
You
your
just scan
camera.
the QR code.
Yeah, open up your camera, scan that. It's going to say open up on Venmo.
Yes.
You may need to install. You may need to do a few little things. You might have to put forth a little effort, but
There's a QR reader on your phone that you just open and it'll take you right to it.
we are, as the ladies, the founders said, Sara and Yvonne so eloquently, just everything that they're doing.
Yes.
Everything that they're doing. If we can find it any little bit to help out a little bit extra, everything that we collect tonight, all of the ticket sales, everything that we're getting on Venmo, the food trucks, the T-shirts, all of that. Like, guys, listen to me. all of that,
All of that.
all of that is going to these two amazing organizations.
Yes.
And we can give a little bit extra.
Don't be afraid to give a little bit extra.
Now, for those online, where's the camera? Which camera are we on? This one here? This one? Can we go into this one here? Yeah. Hi, online. Can the online hear? Can you guys hear how many people are here? Hi, online.
Hi, online. Woo!
Now, online, you're not going to get away from this. If you scroll down the page, go to themusicandthemessage.com. If you scroll down the page, you're going to find right there on the link, the live page, you're going to, there's a QR code there, and Venmo Rosevelt Sings. Roosevelt Sings.
It's
you can
not
do that.
going to Rosevelt. It's going to the charity.
She's collecting
Yeah.
all that. So I want to show, can I tell you something about Roosevelt?
Yes, please do.
For the last couple of years, working with Childhelp, and last year bringing Operation Underground Railroad into her efforts. One of the things that I recognize is that she's not one of those people that kind of brags about, look at me, I'm Roosevelt, look how wonderful I am. She's always pointing back to Childhelp, pointing back to the abused children, pointing back to try to make a difference. And is Roosevelt near? Roosevelt, will you please come out? Because we have a little special something for you.
We want you to
come on
see
out here, ladies and
something.
gentlemen, Roosevelt.
Let's give a hand for Roosevelt and that amazing performance she did.
Roosevelt.
You're so amazing.
Okay, I'm going to surprise you with a little something. I've asked a few people that have worked with her, and I'll tell you there's an overwhelming response that we actually had to cut it back and do some editing, just kind of keep things moving. So I want you to know we're going to put the full entire of what you're about to see. We're going to put this up online. But this is a couple of special messages from a couple people you may know.
Take a
Let's
look.
roll it.
Hi, everybody. Corey McCloskey here. Golly, everybody looks so fancy. This is terrific. I'm sorry I look like a bum. I wish I could be with you this year. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I had such a great time last year. You're all so generous, and it's such a great cause. And Roosevelt, I wanted to congratulate you for continuing this terrific crusade. You're helping so many kids who are in danger, and you're already building a legacy in your younger years that's going to last a long, long time. So congratulations to you, and we're very thankful to Childhelp and all that they're doing these days. Hey, one thing, Sherlyn, could you check Jeff's suit? I think that might be a lady's jacket.
Hey everybody, my name is Sean Gasaway, also known as Gasoline, and I'm a songwriter and record producer in Nashville, Tennessee. And I wanted to spend a minute and talk to y'all about Rosevelt Rawls and what a tremendous artist she is and a champion for Childhelp. I had the distinct honor of recording Roosevelt and WWE superstar Mickie James on the song I co-wrote called With the Love of a Child. And I can't begin to tell you how blessed I am to know that song helped so many people. And we raised a ton of money using the song and doing stuff for Childhelp and 5too-many.com. Just a blessing. She's been a complete blessing in my life, and I'm so glad that I've been able to meet her and work with her. So I hope you enjoy the event. And I just wanted to say hey to Roosevelt. Hello. Big shout out. I'll see y'all sometime down the road. Bye.
That's awesome.
Hey, this is Jason Deere reaching out from Nashville, Tennessee. I just want to give a huge shout out to Roosevelt and to everything that she's doing right now. I'm just so proud of her. I've had the opportunity to work with her in the studio and to record some music with her, and she's just she's an amazing talent. But even better than that, she's just a breath of fresh air, and she's a great person with a big heart. And I love all the stuff she's doing for kids. I love all the just her humanitarian heart. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, Roosevelt. We love you. We're proud of you. Jason Deere and the Nashville Tribute Band, we all love you and respect you so much. So big, huge salute to you. Keep doing it. And next year's going to be a big year for you, girl. I think you know that.
Hey, Roosevelt. Jason here from Studio C and JK Studios. I just wanted to reach out to you and give you a huge shout out. I'm so impressed by all the things you're doing to help raise money and awareness for these abused children that need our help so bad, and especially at such a young age. I mean, when I was your age, I think the only thing I was focused on was beating Star Fox on Nintendo 64, and here you are doing these amazing events and raising awareness and working with all these different people. So
hi Roosevelt, it's Bella. I just wanted to congratulate you on being such a force for good and using your voice for good. What you're doing is really making an impact and helping little children, and that's really what the world needs. We need to come together, be kind, and help one another. And what you're doing with the music and the message is really spreading so much kindness and light and really just making more awareness for the children. And so keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing amazing things. I absolutely love you and adore you, and I'm so excited to see where everything goes for you, but I'm so proud of you for being a force for good.
My name is Christina Kuzmich, and I just want to say how impressed I am with Roosevelt. You are so young, and yet you are already such an incredible leader. Not only do you have amazing talent, that voice is out of this world, but more importantly, you have such a big heart, and a heart for children who really need us. I want to thank all the attendees for your support in helping these children. Also, please keep donating to Childhelp and Operation Underground Railroad.
Hey you guys, this is WWE superstar and country recording artist Mickey James, also friend to Miss Rosevelt Rawls, who I found out that was doing this amazing event, the music and the message. And I have to say, I'm so proud of you for being such a strong, powerful voice at such a young age. And I think you're amazing. And I think it's amazing what you're doing. And I want to thank everyone here today for attending and for showing up and showing your love and sharing the message. And I just want to applaud you, Roosevelt, for being so powerful to be able to talk about things that people just don't want to talk about, and to spread awareness and shed a little light, and with love in your heart. It's just amazing. And so I was honored to be able to sing With the Love of a Child with you. And I just know you're going to do so many great things in this world. So I'm proud of you. And I encourage you all to keep watching, keep sharing, keep donating, and keep sending out the love.
Hello all, John O'Hurley here, Childhelp Ambassador for so many years. I want to say congratulations to my singing partner and my dearest love, Roosevelt, tonight for your first event that you're doing, not only to benefit Childhelp, but also Operation Underground Railroad. You know, Roosevelt, as we have watched you grow, Sara and Yvonne and myself and the other people that have been with Childhelp for so many years, we wonder where the next great young voices will come, the voices that will stand up against child abuse and child neglect. And thank God we have found you. God has put you in our path, and we hope to use you accordingly, my dear. Congratulations for all the love that you are so freely showing to help abused children everywhere. You have an extraordinary talent, one of the best I have seen. It is my pleasure to stand next to you on stage and to encourage you on, because you are really, really something. And someday we'll be able to say, we knew her when. God bless you, my dear. Have a wonderful evening. And God bless you all for supporting Childhelp and Operation Underground Railroad.
Oh my goodness.
There you have it.
I didn't know that was coming.
You didn't know that was coming. Now, Roosevelt, I know you're not one to really kind of boast about yourself, but here's one thing as to why I wanted to show that, and I know that this is kind of a little bit awkward, even as a father of like, hey, everybody, look at my daughter, look how wonderful she is. The point that I'm trying to make is that so many times we get the question, what can I do, right? What can I do? All of us have talents in a variety of different areas. You know, I've been a comedian for 25 years. And tonight I've lost most of it. No, I'm just kidding. You guys be the deciding factor of that. But each of us have different talents, right? Everyone's got a different talent. And when you can connect your talent in some way to something good, then you can make a difference in this world. And I'm grateful that you are making a difference.
Thanks, Dad.
Love you.
I love you too.
Love you.
Where'd you go? Oh,
proud of you. And she's just an example of what you could do out there watching. So all of you have a chance to make a difference. She's a beautiful example that when you take action, great things could happen.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the people who put that together.
We've got actually some more videos, so make sure that you follow Roosevelt Sings. We got more of those videos. We had to condense it because up next, who's coming up next?
I don't know. Who is?
That guy. It's that guy.
That guy. I kind of know
that
him.
Guy.
That guy?
That guy. This guy. That guy.
That guy?
Let's do this.
Sure?
Hey, Tim Ballard is the founder and CEO of Operation Underground Railroad. He spent over a decade working as a special agent for the Department of Homeland Security, where he was assigned to Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force and deployed as an undercover operative for the U.S. Child Sex Tourism Jump Team. He has worked every type of case imaginable in the fight to dismantle child trafficking rings. Ballard has worked undercover in the United States and in multiple foreign countries to infiltrate child trafficking organizations. In this effort, he has successfully dismantled dozens of these organizations and rescued countless children from sex slavery. He is an expert at managing internet investigation, particularly those dealing with file share networks where pedophiles and traffickers go to trade in child pornography. He has trained hundreds of law enforcement officers, including those local to our community. And you may remember some of the things that are happening right here in our communities, those sting operations, the things that they're capturing the bad guys in our community. That's this guy. That's this organization. And we're grateful. We're grateful. Tim has testified before the United States Congress on best practices to liberate children from sex slavery. Roosevelt, Coach Dar, and everyone out there, and even if you're on watching, even if you're at home and nobody else can hear you, I want you guys to give everything you've got. And please, with your heart and applause, please welcome Tim Ballard.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. I can't see you, but I hear you out there. I know you're there. Thank you so much. I'm always honored and grateful that people would show up to listen to me talk about what is the worst thing in the world. And so I know it's hard. It's hard to hear it. It's hard to engage it. And so thank you for engaging this. This is the fastest growing criminal enterprise on the planet. There are more people enslaved today than ever before in the history of the world. It was not eradicated. It's reared its ugly head. It's a different form. And we will not stop it until all of us rise up and do something about it. I am so grateful for our law enforcement partners, especially here in this part of the United States. As Jef mentioned, we've done a lot of work supporting those heroes who are out there keeping your community safe. And we do a lot of work actually in the United States. Some of the things that we do to help combat this problem of human trafficking and child exploitation, we provide tools, amazing tools, cutting-edge tools to our domestic law enforcement partners. For example, and you might see some imagery up here on the screen, we train and deploy canine digital detection dogs. Now, you've heard of bomb-sniffing dogs and drug dogs, but probably few of you have heard about digital media sniffing dogs. These pedophiles, and by the way, we're the #1 demand in the world, this country, for the consumption of child exploitation material, child rape videos. And so these pedophiles that exist and live amongst us, they're getting smarter, so we've got to outsmart them. And they're hiding their material on tiny thumb drives, hiding them in carpets, hiding them in floorboards, so human beings can't find them. Which is why we send out Chip and Frankie and Doug and Champ and Lucy and all the other dogs that are deployed. We got to get one to Arizona. We're working on that. And these dogs go in and they sniff out that digital media during a search warrant. And in some cases, in many cases, that's the only hope that a child has to be rescued, because the only evidence that that child exists and that that child is being abused and where they're being abused is on that little thumb drive hidden under a rug or in the carved out nook of a book. These dogs are heroes. They'll go in and they'll rescue those kids and they'll put those predators behind bars. So that's one of the tools that we're deploying. Another one of my favorite tools is digital forensic laboratories. Now, mobile labs. We have one of our very first mobile labs we built right for Mesa PD, and it's taking care of this whole region right now. What these labs are, yes, it's amazing. You have amazing law enforcement here, really. I wish that the rest of the nation could emulate what you and your law enforcement are doing here in this part of the state, in this part of the United States. So what these labs do, I'll say this again as a compliment to Mesa PD and the surrounding task forces, the Internet Crimes Against Children task forces. We have limited resources, and so we have to choose the top law enforcement agencies that we know will make the most out of these tools. And Mesa PD and the surrounding area won that. So you should be very happy. So the forensic mobile lab, why? Why do we have these? I spent 12 years as a special agent working in these cases, going into these search warrants, and our Constitution, and I agree with this, has the speedy trial clause. So you've got to have all your evidence wrapped up pretty quick, because once you arrest the guy. And so what happens if you don't have it wrapped up quick, you don't arrest the guy. And the problem with, all through my career, when we're going into these search warrants and taking the computers and taking the iPhones, is it takes time to take it to a lab. It was like 6 to 8 months sometimes to wait. If we arrested the guy too soon, before the digital forensics were done, then we wouldn't be ready for trial and that guy would get acquitted. And so we couldn't arrest him. We would walk away from these perverted pedophiles who we knew were hurting kids, but the law was the law and we couldn't do anything about it. This is why we came up with the idea of the mobile labs. So the mobile labs roll up, and during that search warrant, during the interrogation, during the search, as they're bringing the digital media into the mobile lab, they're doing the downloads, the forensic analysis immediately. So by the time the interrogation is done, they have enough evidence wrapped up, ready to go, and this guy walks out in handcuffs after the search warrant. So you guys have one of those here. You're one of the few states that has one, and it's shared amongst multiple jurisdictions. So again, I can't say enough good things about your law enforcement here in this part of the nation. Also, I'm honored to be sharing the stage with Childhelp. The center that they have created, I know how important those are. When we take these children out of bad situations, they have to have a place to go, where they have advocates, where they have an environment where they can speak and talk to make sure that other kids don't get hurt. So also can't say enough good about Childhelp. So this is kind of what we do domestically. And in addition to that, we train law enforcement, teach them the tools that they can go in undercover online and other areas to go in and infiltrate these organizations. And that is the key, really, is to infiltrate these criminal organizations that are hurting our kids. Now, a lot of our work we do is overseas. And for those who don't know our story, I'm going to take a little time to explain. That's where we started. Our first 2 years or so were just overseas, and then we came back into the United States. But to help you understand that, I'll tell you a little bit about how we started. Like I said, I spent 12 years as a special agent and an undercover operator for the U.S. government. And my life changed in 2006 when the Congress passed a law, the Adam Walsh Child Protect Act, which for the first time allowed U.S. agents to go overseas in search of American pedophiles who were abusing children. And the law allowed us, and still allows us, to hold those people accountable for what they're doing to children overseas as if they had committed that crime on U.S. soil. So it was a very big deal. It was an amazing law, and they sent us undercover to find those American pedophiles. Now, the one problem that I had, the unintended consequence that was torturous for me, is the only way to get in there to find the bad guys is first find the kids who are being sold. And that's why we go undercover pretending to be pedophiles or traffickers. And it wasn't hard for us to find those kids. But I had a limited time, and if I couldn't find the American attached to those kids, I had to, by mandate of Congress, by the laws, I had to come home. And I got so tired of being told, you got to come home, there's no business here, because I had made myself the bait too many times. And by leaving, we have the case has a very slim chance of materializing in anything. So in 2013, I was working 2 different cases. One was in Colombia, one was in Haiti. The one in Haiti had to do with a little boy who was an American citizen of Haitian descent who was kidnapped in Haiti. His name is Gardy Marty. Many of you probably know that story. And we tried to make it a U.S. case, and in the end we failed. We couldn't do it. The laws wouldn't support it. These are pictures of this little boy taken just 2.5 weeks before he was kidnapped. And I'll get back to that story in a second. The other case I was working was one in Colombia, and I was supposed to mostly be a consultant on the case, but I got myself in too deep. We infiltrated the organization. I became the client, and I couldn't leave. And I couldn't find the Americans in time, and I was being told, time to pull it back, time to come in. And both these cases, I was told, come back, come in, and I just couldn't do it. But I also knew I couldn't stay unless I quit my job. That was the only thing, and that was crazy. And I was way too cowardice to quit my job. I had 6 kids at the time, and it just seemed so scary. And I told my wife, I remember calling her saying, what do I do? They want me to come home. And she says to me, do you think if you stayed, you could rescue even one child? I said, almost for sure. She said to me, and she made me feel bad. She said, well, why are you even asking this question? You need to quit your job. Well, we went back and forth, and she was strong, and I was not. And finally, the debate ended. I remember in December of 2013, I remember when she's usually very, very sweet, my wife. But she grabbed me by the collars, and she said to me, and I'll never forget, verbatim, she said, I will not let you jeopardize my salvation by not doing this. So that ended the debate, and Operation Underground Railroad was born. If you want to end, thank you. And you can use that line with your significant other anytime you're in a debate. It's a very effective line. So we went to Colombia, and I came back, and I said, guys, I'm done. I quit my job. Let's go do this. And it turned into one of the largest, if not the largest, rescue operation ever conducted. And I want to show you a quick, CBS News actually covered the investigation, and I'm going to show you a CBS News clip.
This is the CBS Evening News with Scott Perry. Dozens of children were saved from slavery when agents rushed in to break up a sex trafficking ring. Last weekend, police broke up a major sex trafficking ring in Colombia, which has become a destination for tourists looking for sex with boys and girls. The police had help from an American who went undercover to rescue the children, and Elaine Quijano met him.
Tim Ballard has one mission: to track down child traffickers. 4 months ago, Colombian authorities asked him to investigate a tip that children were being sold there as sex slaves.
Within a half hour, this individual walks up to me, starts asking me what I'm here for, what I want, and within minutes, he says, well, I've got kids as young as 11 years old.
Ballard, a former Homeland Security agent, now heads up Operation Underground Railroad, a nonprofit group that rescues trafficked kids. After that first meeting, the Colombians asked him to put together a sting.
No men will be in here, only women.
Operation Underground Railroad spent months planning, renting this house, rigging it with hidden cameras to document the crime, coordinating with Colombian authorities, and negotiating with the traffickers.
How they find these kids is they lure them in by pretending to have a modeling agency. They target them at 9 or 10 years old. And they were telling us that about by 11, they're ready for sex. They're ready to be sold.
What is that like, looking into that kind of person's eyes?
It's horrifying, and this is why. Because I've got to smile in the face of evil. This is the table where we're going to do the negotiation.
Less than 24 hours after the operatives landed, the suspected traffickers arrived on the island, and the final deal with the undercover team began. 54 boys and girls aged 11 to 18 were ushered in for what had been billed as a sex party. They were given candy and drinks and told to wait in this small room.
This little 11-year-old boy, I remember, he asked one of my operatives if they could give him some cocaine or something. He said, they usually give me something because I'm really scared.
By the time the deal was done, the alleged traffickers were set to make $25,000. That transaction was never completed. 25 Colombian special operatives stormed the party, arresting 5 suspects, 4 men and 1 former beauty queen, all charged with child trafficking. The victims, 29 of whom are under 18, were evacuated, given medical exams, and placed in a rehabilitation center where specialists are working to undo the damage.
Right before I got in the boat, we had to walk by this room where the kids were, and they put their hand up. And I touched their hand and see that there's liberation now.
Liberating one child at a time. Elaine Quijano, CBS News, New York.
And we'll be right back.
Oh, thank you, guys. So since that operation, our teams have grown, and we are now in 26 countries, and we've been able to, over the course of 6 years, rescue over 4,000 souls, mostly children, women and children, and put behind bars over 2,500 pedophiles and traffickers. And it's thank you. It's thanks to you. You send us out. You allow us to do what we do, and so I thank you for that. And you know, some people ask, "What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?" That's what Roosevelt asked, and she decided to bring attention, tell the story, and that is the most important thing any of us can really do. Because rescuing 4,000 is awesome, but relative to the problem, and we would do it all for one. We would do it all for one person. But 4,000 up against millions of children, millions who are currently stuck in slavery. That statistic isn't great, but we still want to end this. So how do we do it? Well, there's historical precedent for how to do it. There once was an original Underground Railroad, and we name ourselves for them to honor them, to emulate them. And that Underground Railroad also rescued a fraction, and they would have done it probably for one as well, but they rescued a fraction of the millions of people in slavery. So what happened? What happened was things like this happened. All over the nation in the 19th century, people gathered, people got loud, they got upset that this could be happening. Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, so many others. Harriet Beecher Stowe, who we can maybe relate to because she wasn't a slave and most of us haven't been slaves. She stumbled upon slavery one day and couldn't believe what it was. And so she thought, what can I do? I'm not an operator on the Underground Railroad. I'm not a politician. I'm not a statesman. I have no authority that way. What can I do? And she was so distraught by the question, maybe like many of you are right now. Maybe many of you stumbled upon it tonight or a few weeks ago. And her sister said, you can tell the story. Everyone can tell a story. And she was so excited by that proposition that she sat down and she wrote a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin. Millions bought it, went viral. Joined her voices with the others. And when Abraham Lincoln met her for the first time in the White House during the Civil War, it was very telling what he said to her. He said to her, so you're the lady that wrote the book that started this war. That's the power of storytellers. And so we're grateful for all of you for being storytellers, for Roosevelt and Jef and everyone who's being on this, who's created this stage to be storytellers. That's what moves the needle. and some amazing storytellers watched that CBS News clip about 4 years ago, and they were curious about the last image that was shown. One of the most beautiful and simultaneously one of the most haunting images that I've ever seen. Our undercover cameras picked this up. A little 11-year-old girl believed in this moment that she was about to be raped once again. Beautiful because, in fact, she wasn't. Beautiful because within 3 to 5 minutes, the Colombian SWAT team was going to enter that place and take her out of that hell forever. And these Hollywood producers called us and said, who is she? What's her story? We explained how she was kidnapped by Kelly Suarez. You saw that in the CBS News clip. Unbelievable. Millions of kids stuck in slavery. How do they get into that black market? That's one of the most popular ways. Kelly Suarez, Miss Cartagena from 2012, walking around, recruiting kids. She won Miss Cartagena on the platform that she was going to help impoverished children. And by all appearances, that's what she was doing by recruiting them, giving them scholarships to her modeling school. In fact, she was taking those kids, desensitizing them, and selling them to American tourists and others who would abuse them sexually. That's what she was doing. One of the scariest traffickers for that reason. So we started telling these guys this story, and they said, we want to make a movie about this and tell your story. And I didn't think it was real. I didn't think anything would actually happen until a few years later they called and said, okay, we're done. We're ready to go. We're going to make the movie. I said, you got to be kidding me. And we were apprehensive, except we knew that storytellers are the real heroes. So we were going to let them be the heroes and move the needle. And I got asked a question a couple of years ago that I never thought anyone would ask. Who do you want to play you in the movie? And all I could think of was my favorite actor, because my favorite movie is The Count of Monte Cristo. And so I said, I want Jim Caviezel to play me. And they said, no way. He looks nothing like you. Find someone that looks like you. I mean, look at this guy. Physically, you're different in every way. I said, I don't care. He's a man of faith, and that's important to me. I love his movies. He's the one. So they gave him the script. 3 days later, he accepted, and The Sound of Freedom was filmed that summer. The Sound of Freedom is now complete. It would have been out in theaters right now, except for the fact that the theaters all shut down. So we don't have the time or the date quite yet, but I do have the trailer. And I'm going to show you the trailer right now to Sound of Freedom.
I don't think I can do this job, Tim. As soon as I lay down, all I see are those kids' faces. How long you been doing this? 12 years. How do you do it?
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's gonna pass the drug trade.
Señor Timoteo, tú rescatas niños, ¿verdad? Quizá puedas ayudarme a encontrar a mi hermana.
Imagine walking into a room right now, seeing an empty bed. Not what we do.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. This is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
We're talking about extracting an 11-year-old girl from an army of rebels.
Not just her. I'm talking about rescuing hundreds of kids.
She could be a block down the road, or she could be in Moscow, Bangkok, LA.
Over 2 million children a year are being sucked into the deepest recesses of hell. If we do nothing, Someday it's gonna reach the likes of you. What if this was your daughter?
Wherever I go, I'll find my way home.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I want to tell you about the Haiti case, too, that happened at the same time this was happening. These stories are foundational to our foundation. It's what really birthed us. And it's an important story because it's ongoing. We're still looking for this little boy, little Gardy. We'll put his picture back up, Mike. Pray for this kid. We believe he's alive, and we believe we're going to find him soon. But we do need a miracle, and we believe in miracles. So we went from Colombia to Haiti to look for this little kid. We found the place. We found his captors. We found his kidnappers working with the police. And it was frightening when we found out where he was. It was a compound with cinder block walls about 10 feet high, enclosed, inside dark, dirty outbuildings. And the police asked me and one other person to go undercover inside with hidden cameras on us to see what was going on, to see if we could find him. And you're going to see some of that footage as I tell this story. We walked in, and I couldn't find the little boy. I couldn't see him. There's too many kids. There was 28 children from 1 to 12, all for sale. Just like, again, how does Kelly Suarez, how do these kids get into trafficking? They're lured into false modeling schools, or they're lured into orphanages. After there's a great disaster, after earthquakes, hurricanes, especially in developing countries, it's harvest time for traffickers. The earthquake in Haiti had 250,000 death count immediately almost. But what was underreported was the fact that about 500,000 children were left orphaned overnight, walking the streets through blood, smoke, and horror and terror. And that's when the traffickers throw signs over the wall, orphanage. And innocent people, decent people, take these children, think they're doing them good. In fact, they're turning them over to evil. And that's what this place was. So we went undercover, and the police told me, if you can't find Gardy, but if they try to sell you a child, say yes. And so we did when they asked if we wanted to buy a kid. And so they said, which one? Choose. And I didn't think it mattered. We just needed to do it to a sting operation to prove the concept, prove that they were, in fact, selling kids. And as I turned to look for a child, you're going to see that it got picked up on my colleague's camera. This little boy turned, and I felt like he chose me. And he walks up to me, and I pick him up, and I thought, this is the one. I find out within moments that he has a little sister, or he has an older sister. And so we decided to take both of them. And we do the deal at a hotel several miles from the orphanage. This is a picture of the actual deal being done. It was a beautiful operation. The bad guys exposed who they were, sold us the kids, and everybody got arrested outside the hotel. And it was awesome. We were so excited until about 45 minutes later, we get a phone call from the orphanage, the false orphanage. And we get the news we're dreading. All the kids are fine. We got them all out. That's great. But Gardy's not here. We believe he was here, but he was sold, and we don't know where. And now I have to have the most difficult conversation of my life when I go and tell the father, guess no. He's waiting in another hotel, believing, knowing I'm going to walk through the door any minute with his son's hand in mine. And I walk in empty-handed. And he looks at me, and I look at him, and we just both start crying. And I sit down with him, and through our tears, I'm able to eke out what doesn't seem like that great of news comparatively in the moment, that we did get 28 kids out. And there's something special about this guy, Guess No Marty. He pops his head up, and he says, why are you crying? You just told me we saved 28 kids. I said, yeah, I'm worried about the one we didn't save. He says, you're missing the point. He said, if my son hadn't been kidnapped, no effort would have been organized and made to rescue these 28 kids. And then he said maybe the most profound thing I've ever heard anyone say. He said, if I have to lose my son so that these 28 kids can be rescued, that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And I wish I could say that where roles reversed and it was my own child. But I couldn't. But he could. And to prove he did in fact think that and believe that, the next day I went with him to the police station, and he said to the police, he said, if you can't find the parents of these children who were rescued in the name of my son, then I will be their father. He went home that day with 8 of those little babies. And and by the way, he didn't know how he was going to financially cover this. We got donors to do that. But he didn't know how. He didn't care. He did the right thing first. And by the way, I learned later that's how he got out of his darkness. I can't think of a darker hell than losing a child. He's told me many times, Tim, if I just knew Gardy was dead, I could find peace. I'm a man of faith. I could find peace in that. But he's not dead. He's alive, and he's in the hands of evildoers. I can't think of a darker place. He gets out of that place by service. It's a spiritual principle. It's even a scientific one. When you serve, something happens. Something happens to your brain, to your spirit, and you find light in your darkness. An important lesson for all of us. So then I go home, and that night, and I'm in this hotel room in Port-au-Prince, and I call my wife, and I tell her the whole story. And I say, can you believe this guy? He's my hero. I want to be like him. And my wife said, well, let's be like him then. And then I was like, uh-oh. Remember, she's the one that got me into all this trouble in the first place, starting this foundation. I thought, what does that mean? She said, you told me the story of those 2 little babies, those 2 kids that I didn't tell you the whole thing as we went through the investigation and the operation. I bonded closely with these 2 kids. And I watched how the sister protected the little brother, really was his hero. If I had time, I could tell you more about what I learned about what she did to protect him in that dark place. And now my wife's telling me, she says, I want to be their mother. I said, what? We just quit our job that didn't pay us anything anyway. We have no savings, and we're in this nonprofit that has no money in it, and you want us to bring home 2 children. She said, yes, that's what we're going to do. You said you want to be like Guess No Marty. And so we ended up bringing those 2 kids home. They've been home now for about 3 years, 2.5 years. They're doing awesome. They're so happy. And it was one of the greatest blessings of those first operations. But back to Guess-No. So Guess-No comes back and he says, we're not done, Tim. I want to keep working for you. And I want to find, he's a full-time employee right now at OUR. Because we continue to work with him. He's on the ground right now, in fact, following up on leads. But, you know, when he says, I'm willing to give up my son so that these 28 kids can be rescued, that number is now 500 kids on that island as we've continued looking for little Gardy. We have rescued over 500 kids, and Guess-No has been in the middle of all those. And I've told them, I said, Guess-No, it's beyond that. You can take all 4,000. Those are all your kids. Your sacrifice, this ultimate sacrifice, has produced that many children being liberated. And on one of those operations, I'm going to tell you this story to kind of close out. One of those operations that we had worked on was we were tracking down one of the worst, one of the most sophisticated and most dangerous trafficking organizations in Port-au-Prince. And we got to the point where we were about to arrest the leaders of that organization. The problem is they were like rats. They'd come up and go back down into their holes, and we couldn't find out where the kids were. We knew they were selling kids somewhere on that street because they'd make the deals with the clients, and then they'd go into the rat holes, and we didn't know where the kids were being hidden. But we had a chance to arrest them, and we decided to go for it. Well, the police decided to go for it. We supported them. And so we're driving up. We're T-minus 3 minutes to arresting these criminal traffickers. And we're praying the whole time. In fact, we sent out a prayer request to thousands of people who later told us when we got the request, we fell to our knees. And we were praying that we would find the kids. Somehow we'd find the kids. So we roll up on the traffickers, we arrest them, they all go down. But something happened in the few minutes leading up to this. What happened was one of our videographers who was there to get the evidence and tell the story is a guy named Jacob Justice, who jumps to the back of the van. It's full of SWAT guys. 3 SWAT guys are looking out the back of this van. It's a hatch that's going to open. They're going to jump out, make a hard left, and make the arrest. And he jumps back with like 3 minutes to the arrest, pulls out a little GoPro camera, sticks it on the guy's helmet, and wraps it awkwardly with duct tape. And I'm just watching this scene. I'm like, Jake, what are you doing? You know, he's like, I don't know why, but that guy needs a camera on his head. Why? I don't know why, but he needs a camera on his head. So this guy's sleek Kevlar helmet is now turning into what now looks like an awkward kind of miner cap with a light dangling off the front. And so fast forward to the arrest. We're looking for the kids. We can't see anything. We look across the street, and this little red metal door, unassuming, it looks like a janitor's closet, sitting across the street in a building that's attached to several other buildings. This is Port-au-Prince, Haiti, so imagine this just kind of just old, rundown scene. The street's about as wide as this stage. And this red door opens, and out walks these 3 girls, 13, 14, 15 years old, shattered, dressed like they're sex workers, but they're not. They're child sex slaves. And they're walking out, and we're just dumbfounded. And we run over to them, and then this cop walks out behind them, and he's kind of dumbfounded. And I walk up to him, and he says, I lost him. I said, what do you mean? Who'd you lose? Who are these kids? What's going on? Why are you in here? He said, I lost the bad guys. They were in here. They all ran out. And then I hear Jake Justice walk up, and he says, no, we didn't lose them. We didn't lose them. And I said, I look carefully. He reaches up and rips the camera off his helmet. That was the cop. What happened was when the van stopped, they were supposed to go hard left. The cop caught something. He saw something. He saw what he thought was a child run in to the red door. So we followed her in. Here's the footage you're going to see right here of this actually happening. He walks in, goes into this dark, dark place while the arrest is happening on the other side of the street. Now, I'm going to cut film. I don't want you to see what he sees next. It's horrifying, yet so important. I've been doing this for 18 years, and I've never been participating on a raid where the camera picked up the actual scene of abuse, literally the child being sexually assaulted by a predator. So not only were the faces identified on the camera, but the evidence of what they were actually doing with those kids will seal their fate, those traffickers' fate on earth and forevermore for their sins against children. So it was a miracle. This is why we pray. We do everything we can, but we need prayer. And I just want to tell you something that's kind of cool. I was going to call Jake Justice up. I thought he was down here somewhere. He's right here. He just happens to be here filming this event. Jake, come up and say hi to everybody. This is the guy who felt the inspiration and did that weird, crazy thing and was so amazingly important to that rescue operation. And so my final words to you are this. You know, a few days later, these girls came out. By the way, there was 4 infants, as a result of the life that they were forced to live. This little girl had been kidnapped at the same time my children had been taken. My children, who we adopted, were taken as babies when their families were dead after the earthquake. A nice woman took them to what looked to be the orphanage. Well, another nice-looking woman went to this 7-year-old girl, the girl behind the red door, and said, don't worry. She's also crying over the dead bodies of her family after the earthquake. Come with me, I'll take care of you. And that woman forced her into sex slavery. And she spent the rest of her life between the ages of 6 years old and 13 years old when we got her behind a red door where she was forced to stay and be sexually abused. And that's a long time. And so when we when we got her out and our aftercare director had her, she said nothing for about 24 hours. Nothing. And the first words she finally said were, "Is this real?" She said, "Am I allowed to hope that this is real, that this is over?" And Jessica said, "Yes, it is over." And we got their babies all back to them. We recovered all their babies, and they're now happily healing with their babies in a good and safe place. And I've thought a lot about that girl and why it took her so long to even come to terms with, maybe I can have hope that this is real, that my liberation is real. Because why would she think it was? She knew that she lived in one of the most obscure countries in the world. And worse than that, she was being kept in one of the darkest corners of that most obscure country. Who was ever going to open that red door? And yet the red door opened, and she was rescued. And I've thought a lot about that red door and how there's millions of red doors all around this world, including right here at home. We intentionally go to those places. We seek out the darkest countries and the darkest corners of those countries. There's nowhere we won't go to bring light into that darkness. But here's the thing, is we can't produce that light on our own. But you can. This is why we need you to be the storytellers, to be the light givers and producers. And I'm not just talking about money. Of course, we need resources. But I'll tell you what, I'd never seen so much light or felt it when we prayed in the miracle of Jacob Justice and the camera and the rescue. We prayed in that rescue. And probably many of you have participated in that prayer. It's light from all areas and all ways. And our promise to you is that if you keep generating that light, then we will continue to take that light into the darkest corners to liberate as many of God's children as we can. And with that, I say thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
Yes, brother, yes. That, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Tim Ballard.
Thank you.
And Operation Underground Railroad, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff.
Stay nearby because we've got something. I just need everybody. Come on out here, Dar. Golly, I cannot believe what is like all of this. Thank you guys for listening, not just with your ears, but listening with your heart.
Yes.
We have been watching Venmo just stack up because of you guys showing a little bit more heart and helping out with this.
Yes.
We are about to bring up we're going to bring up a few very, very important people to award some of the things that we've been able to do tonight. But before we do, we want to make sure we get the right tally. If you can, all right, go hit that Venmo right now. All right, you've heard a lot of things. There's some amazing things that these organizations are able to accomplish.
And I was, when we were listening to Tim, I mean, that is just so moving what he is doing, and everyone at OUR, and the world is so divided in a lot of ways. Yeah. You just saw how when we come together and we be light, we can be the unity that the world needs, and we could serve and we could help so many people, and that's what tonight is all about, and that's what Sara and Yvonne and Tim and the whole group is doing. And it takes all of us, like he said, being the light. And that's how we could unite together. So we need you to act, and we need you to come together so that we can continue to keep serving.
And here's one of the things, I know some of you might think, I can only give $10. That $10 was somebody else's $10. Right. Roosevelt had that child, CHIA, right. And I means I am an individual, and I can't contribute what I can. And that $10, $20, $50, $100, whatever it is, when you add all of that up, you're going to see what that all adds up to here in just a moment. But that little individual is going to contribute to the success of the whole. And when you can raise the voice of someone like Roosevelt with this music and the message, she's able to then magnify that $10, whatever it is, she's able to then take this message, magnify it to the wonderful people like you who come here, who have a heart, who are here to support, and able to do then some amazing, amazing things. So we're so grateful for all of our sponsors. We're so grateful for each and every one of you. I think we need to bring up, I think let's bring up a few very special people. Let's first of all bring back Tim Ballard and Sara O'Mara and Yvonne Fedderson. Please welcome them both to the stage. I believe this is the first time these two groups are meeting. Is this the first time we're meeting? Yay!
Oh, I love... I mean, look at the dream team right here. People who took a chance to go and make a difference in people's lives.
And we also have Jim and Carol Hebbets, also part of Childhelp, the Hebbets Company. And we want to bring up some very, very special people. Also, we have Janet and Terry Turk's 3 granddaughters. Will you guys come on out here? We have a little special something. Roosevelt, please come along. It looks as if tonight we have raised roughly $70,000 for both organizations. $35,000 awarded to Childhelp, $35,000 awarded to Operation Underground Railroad. And can we get a microphone? We've got a little special something. Can we get, I know Jim, did you want to say something? It's up to you. One thing. Let's get a microphone if we could. You could stand like right here and talk into my, here we go.
So I'm thinking we never got a chance to meet Tim before. What a miraculous human being he is. So Carol and I think we should round this up to an even 100,000.
Oh,
all right?
my
So
God.
each side gets 50. What do you say? Is that okay?
That would be
What
amazing.
do you mean, is that
All right.
okay? Ladies and gentlemen, is that okay?
Oh, that's
Is that
amazing.
okay? What? Whoa. Wow. That's the Hebbets.
Yes.
And that is heart. I want to also, I know that there are many, many people. And by the way, this is Janet and Terry Turks. They also have contributed an amazing amount. Do you guys know? Do you guys want to tell how much they've contributed? Do you know? It's a lot. It's pretty much. Let's just say it's pretty much what Jim just gave. So let's give them a round of applause. The granddaughters of Janet and Terry Turks. That's so awesome.
This is
Wow.
amazing.
Wow. I don't know what to say. Let's just everybody just say wow. Now I'm going to say this. The night is not over. We're going to get to some music, right, Rosevelts? The night is not over. Now what that also means is that the night is not over. Right. The Venmo is still open. If you yourself have the same heart and same pocketbook that the Turks, the Hebbets, and many, many others have, if you have that and you want to make tonight even more significant, please, 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 the night is not over. Can I stress that enough? The night is not over. And also, if you're on online, you can go Music in the Message. There's a little donation, tickets donation. You can go to the donation. There's so many ways to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to send somebody to your horn, turn on those lights. Ladies and gentlemen, right out there, here at Schnepp Farm, let's give a round of applause. Lights, camera action, all of the honk and the horns, the cheers for Childhelp and for Operation Underground Railroad. Tim, thank you.
Thank you,
Sara and Yvonne, Hebbets, Turks, and Roosevelt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. How do we say thank you enough?
Thank you.
We just say thank you. So, are you ready to do this?
Listen, you heard the message. Your hearts are open. Now enjoy the music.
Excellent. Let's have you guys go off this way. We've got another special something for you. And if you guys are ready for some let's get some music. Let's party. You guys are also welcome to get outside your cars and just kind of get the boogie on. We're gonna do a meet and greet immediately after the music for our gold and silver sponsors. So we encourage you guys to stick around. We're going to do a meet and greet with all those that are involved. But I am ready. If you guys, it looks like we need to give a moment here.
While we have a moment, I just want to say, you just saw Tim and talk about giving his basically his everything. And his wife was so gracious to say, go and serve. And you saw Sara and Yvonne. I mean, people say, oh, I can't wait till I retire and I'm just going to coast. They literally continue to live their mission. And I hope that every day you understand that your purpose never retires. Your purpose never retires, meaning there is no time where we just get to let go. Our purpose is where our gift and the world's needs come together. So find that for yourself, and you will continue to be lit like Sara and Yvonne and Tim and continue to serve the world, and Rosevelt and everything that she's doing, and Jef, everything that you continue to do. I mean, it takes an army to put this on, but it's people that continue to choose to serve. So never stop giving and never stop serving, because that's what the world needs.
Yeah, thank you. And again, every dollar, every ticket sale, all of that, we graciously give in humility. Thank you to our sponsors. Yeah. If you are a business owner and there's opportunity to sponsor events like this, we please ask you, anything that you can help, because what that does is it magnifies that $100, $1,000, whatever your sponsorship money is, it magnifies the voice here, so that each and every ticket that we sold here tonight, Roosevelt's desire was that 100% of ticket sales and all of the extras goes to these two organizations, and we're so grateful for our sponsors. So
let's do this.
I think we need to bring some music on.
Fun.
Let's do some music. Now, this guy is amazing. Am I starting with you? Let's get, is William, you ready? William Joseph. You guys, if you were here last year, not here, but if you guys know this guy, it's William Joseph. David Foster says this guy is the most amazing man on the planet, or maybe that was me. Either one of them, it's kind of the same. Ladies and gentlemen, please honk your horn, put your hands together for William Joseph.
Thank you. How is everyone? I cannot say that I've ever given a concert like this with a sea of cars. Honk if you're out there so we can see you. Yes! I love it. I have to say, before I came on the stage, I just felt this amazing reverence for the stories that were told by Tim, and also the story of Sara and Yvonne and all that they've done. And I'm so moved and so honored by their stories, by their example, and just so thankful to be here. And thank you for all of your generosity and your support. We're just so grateful to be here. I'd love to play you a few songs tonight. This one, a few years ago, I was invited to submit some music for the opening ceremony of the Olympics. And yeah, okay, I'll get on that. And it actually came down to the final couple of weeks, and my song was one of the final 3 that were going to be picked. And unfortunately, none of you have heard this song, except maybe a few. But ironically, this is called Heroes, but I'd love to play it for you. And before I do, give it up for this amazing drummer, Mr. Joel Stevenette on the drums. I told him he could solo all the way through the whole set, so enjoy. Thank you. This guy's amazing. I just sit there and watch and kind of forget what I'm doing. But man, I have a song that I would love to share with you. I had this dream and hope that I could somehow, and it's a little nuts, but somehow put a piano out in the middle of a lake and have it look like it was floating and make a music video. And people thought I was kind of crazy, and I told one of my dear friends what I wanted to do, and he looked at me and he said, let's do this. And so the next thing we know, we're in the garage building this underwater platform, and I say we very loosely. He was building it, and I was cheering him on. And he's actually here tonight, and I want to thank him. Give it up for my dear friend, Dave Christensen, who helped me put a piano in the middle of a lake. I know you're here. And I think we need to play the video for it so you can see kind of what we got up to that night. So this is Imagine Dragons. This is called Radioactive. Thank you. Excuse me. Cut the track, please. Should we keep going? No. I have this song that I'm going to skip. No, you know what? I'm not going to skip it. Thank you. This one's a little sassy, and it's a lot of fun, and this is called Appassionata. Give it up again for Joel Stevenette on the drums. I was debating whether or not to do that one. I almost passed out one time. True story. So I'm going to go a little off script. Before we do this next one, I was sitting on the side of the stage and I was listening to these stories, and I don't know about you, but my heart was pounding, and I was so inspired by many messages that were shared tonight. But as I listened to Tim Ballard and his incredible story and his courage to tell a story and to choose others instead of himself, I'm just so inspired. And then I look at Sara and Yvonne, and I look at their courage, and I just started thinking about it, and I just thought, man, I want to be like that, and I want to make a difference. And it's not going to look like them, but I want to do it in my own way. And I suspect that a lot of you here are feeling something similar. I'm just moved, and what I realize is these people, what they have in common, in addition to courage, is that they give hope. And that's something that we need very, very badly right now. And I applaud them, and I stand with them, and I want to stand with them now. And I just want to share a song that I feel like expresses feelings of hope. It's one I wrote about a year ago, and it's called A New Hope. And I know that that's what they bring, and by all of us being here and being generous with our time and our means, we can bring hope to others and help bring them to a safe place. And so I just want to invite everyone, as I play this next song, to just open your hearts and just welcome a spirit of hope into your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, too. Well, I have the amazing privilege to get to invite another artist out to join us here on stage. This guy is unbelievable. He's one of the best songwriters I've ever met and one of the nicest human beings. And he's a good friend of mine, and I'm going to just bring this guy out here. Will you please join me. Don't give it to me. Give Colton Avery a warm welcome. It's all you, man.
All right, here we go.
Pain open door and a mind on fire, fire, fire. Hoping for black and white, reaching out but falling short. Warning signs, signs, signs. I tell you it'll be alright. Wait a minute, don't you go cold as ice. I feel it. You said that you don't see it anymore, but I'll stay painting pictures of before to show you that there's still time when your eyes become colorblind. Hey. Darling, put your hand in mine. Wait a minute. And I know that you said that you don't see it anymore. I stay painting pictures of before to show you that there's still time when your eyes become colorblind. Before to show you that there's still time when your eyes become colorblind. Colorblind. So much. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? Amazing. song's called Religion. Lately I've been acting numb to you. You think I'm losing faith. You pray at night that I won't leave you. To that I say no, no, no way. This is just an overcast face. Valleys and peaks, baby. Through it all, there's no need, baby, to doubt what you mean to me. 'Cause you shake my bones like a blistering cold. My idea of heaven is your hand to hold. You in one day took this weight from my soul. Showed me all my life's been. You saved me more than any religion. Oh, since I met you, I've looked up to. You might find that strange to hear, but I ain't never met a soul just so beautiful as you, my dear. But I'm just in this overcast space, war with my mind. But through it all, there's no time, baby, to doubt whether I want you is mine. 'Cause you shake my bones like a blistering cold. My idea of heaven is your hand to hold. You in one day took this away from my soul. Showed me all my life's been missing. You saved me more than any religion. Oh, you asked me if I still believe it, this love that we've been given. I say I believe in God even though I can't see him. And you saved me more than any religion. You saved me more than any religion. You shake my bones like a blistering cold. My idea of heaven is your hand to hold. 'Cause you in one day took this away from my soul. Showed me all my life's been missing. And you saved me more than any religion. You saved me more than any religion. So I hear there's a meet and greet tonight. Yeah. There's a raffle going on. Let's announce the winner right now.
Hey, every dollar helps. And we've got a meet and greet a photo op with somebody in the general admission. And this is the winner. Who is it?
All right, the winner is, if you've got the number 521186, stick around afterwards, and you've won the meet and greet.
We're going to verify that, make sure you got it, all right? So there's been some people asking. Roosevelt Sings is the Venmo, and that's all going to the charity. So, photo op afterwards.
Yes.
We got a couple more songs. Are these guys rocking it? Couple more songs, and then Roosevelt's coming out. Am I right? Let's do this.
This next song is a cover that I've done with my friend William Joseph over here over the years. And there's a funny story. We actually have known each other for a really long time. People don't know this, but we were neighbors back in the day. And I remember being 16 and not really doing anything but playing guitar and not really taking music seriously. And I'd hear this amazing piano just coming out of the doorway. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, who is this guy over there just like being a wizard on the keys all day? And turns out it was William Joseph. And this is a song we've done together. And it's by Hunter Hayes. It's called Wanted. Hope you guys like it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That was just kind of like a trailer. It was like a movie trailer. It just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start this again. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
You know, I just want to clarify, that song was not about us, just so you know.
We've been singing that
See-
to each other for years. Yeah, what are you talking about?
No, but the funny thing is when I tell people how I know Colton, it was the same thing. I'd go outside and all of a sudden I hear this amazing guitar and singing coming through, through the window, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Because I could tell, I was like, I think that's live, but it.
Who is squawking?
No. So fun. Thanks for being my neighbor.
Oh, thank you, man. With that, though, I just want to say thank you guys all for having me and having Will and everyone, and just such a great cause with OUR and Childhelp, and just this is such a great thing to be a part of. So thank you guys very, very much for letting me play some songs for you guys. This song is my most recent single that's out right now that you got a preview of before we played Wanted. This song's called What Is It About the Night? I hope you guys like it.
These days I've made peace with finally going down easier. I'm not quite as tempted to call anymore. It's been months since the reset. I've picked up all of the pieces, but one thing keeps making them fall back to the floor. On my way home, I feel fine. But once I'm alone, I hear your voice in the quiet. What is it about the night that wakes up your face in my mind and tortures me till the sun rises, but leaves me alive to find the things that I dreamed of were gone with goodbye. I wanna move on and I'm trying. I couldn't find words and remind it as soon as the light it hides. What is it about? What is it about the night? Friday dusk, I feel it creeping in, as if I need another reason to remind me. So is the depth of the sea, and your touch feels like home. Girl, why the hell did you leave again? Do you wonder how I've even been? Or do you crumble in the resonance? I pray for the morning to come back to me. Anything to hold since you're not holding on to me. On my way home, I feel fine. Once I'm alone, I hear your voice in the quiet. What is it about the night that wakes up your face in my mind and tortures me till the sun rises, and leaves me alive to find the things that I dreamed of were gone with goodbye away. I wanna move on and I'm trying.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys again. So this next song, I want to re-invite out an amazing individual whose voice is just incredible, and I cannot believe she's as young as she is because she just sounds so amazing. I want to invite Rosevelt back out to the stage, if that would be all right.
In my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe.
Everything I wonder now is everything you think of me. In you I found my virtue, in you I found my identity.
Ooh, oh, you say I am strong when I can't feel a thing, and you say I am strong when I think I am weak, and you say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You have every victory. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing, and you say I'm strong when I think I'm weak, and you say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out and move mountains. We can walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the know you'll feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains and bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, all we need is hope, and that we have each other, and that we have each other, and we will rise, so we will rise, oh, we'll rise. Rise like the day, I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. Thank you guys all for coming out tonight. I hope you guys had a wonderful night. And please take everything that you took away from this and change people's lives. We are here for the children, and let's make this day, every day, let's change children's lives. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much. Good night.